Wake up and change your life forever. The alarm rang at 5:30 a.m., sharp. The room was still cloaked in darkness, and the chill of the morning air pressed against the thin curtains. Michael reached out from under the blanket, fumbling for the snooze button like he had done 100 times before. His hand trembled slightly, not from the cold, but from the weight of exhaustion that life had placed on his shoulders. Michael was 42 years old, living in a small apartment in New Jersey. Once, he had been a man of bright dreams. He wanted to build his own company, write a book, and inspire people with his story. But somewhere along the way, dreams gave way to routines, and routines turned into ruts. Every morning was the same: wake up late, rush to work, drown in paperwork, return home tired, eat, sleep, repeat. He was alive, but he wasn't living. That morning, though, something was different. The alarm didn't just sound like a machine, it sounded like a challenge. A question. A whisper. How much longer will you sleep through your own life? For the first time in years, Michael didn't hit snooze. He sat up. And though the act seemed small, it carried the weight of a revolution. As he sat on the edge of his bed, rubbing his weary eyes, memories flashed across his mind. His daughter's disappointed look when he missed her school recital. His mother's tired voice over the phone, asking why he hadn't visited in months. His best friend's shocked face when Michael confessed he hadn't taken a single vacation in over a decade. That morning, Michael realized something that shook him to his core. He was waiting for life to change, but life was waiting for him to change first. So, instead of lying back down, he stood up. Instead of scrolling on his phone, he put on his sneakers and stepped outside. The world was silent, painted in the soft hues of dawn. He walked, then jogged, then ran until his lungs burned. And when he stopped, hands on his knees, heart pounding, he smiled for the first time in months. He had done something different. Something better. But this wasn't just about running. It was about waking up, not just from sleep, but from complacency. Michael began to ask himself hard questions. What if kindness could be the new measure of success? What if instead of chasing money, he started chasing meaning? What if instead of surviving, he truly started living? The next day, he woke up early again. And instead of running, he wrote a letter, one he had been postponing for years. It was to his estranged brother, David. They hadn't spoken in a decade because of a family argument neither could even remember clearly. Michael's hands shook as he wrote, "I don't remember what we fought about. But I know I miss you. Life's too short to stay silent. Let's start again." He mailed it. For the first time in years, he felt lighter. But life has a way of testing us when we decide to change. At work, his boss mocked him for taking longer breaks to call his family. A coworker sneered when Michael offered to help with extra tasks without asking for credit. His old friends laughed when he turned down another late-night drinking session, saying, "I've got a morning run." Yet, Michael kept going. Because deep down, he knew, when you wake up and decide to change your life, not everyone will understand. But that's okay, because the change isn't for them. It's for you. Weeks passed, and something unexpected began to happen. His daughter noticed he was more present. She hugged him tighter at the door and whispered, "Daddy, I like the new you." His mother cried when he showed up at her doorstep with groceries and flowers. His brother, after weeks of silence, finally called. The first words he said were, "I've been waiting for this letter for 10 years. And in that moment, Michael realized, waking up wasn't just about him, it was about the people around him. When you rise, others rise with you. But the true turning point came on a cold November morning. Michael was walking to work when he saw a homeless man sitting on the sidewalk, shivering under a thin blanket. For years, Michael would have passed by, too busy, too tired, too numb. But that day, he stopped. He crouched down and asked, "Are you hungry?" The man nodded. Michael walked into a nearby cafe, bought 2 breakfasts, and sat down on the curb with him. They ate together, laughing like old friends. When Michael got up to leave, the man grabbed his hand and said, with tears in his eyes, "Thank you for seeing me." That single sentence echoed in Michael's heart, "Thank you for seeing me." How many people go unseen every day? How many chances for kindness are wasted because we're too busy living half asleep? That morning, Michael understood that real change isn't just about career or fitness or goals, it's about opening your eyes to the humanity around you. And here's the truth, my friends, waking up is not just about leaving your bed. It's about leaving your excuses. It's about realizing that you don't have to wait for New Year's Day, or next Monday, or someday. Your life can change the moment you decide it will. Michael's story teaches us that you don't have to do something grand to change your life. It starts with small decisions, waking up earlier, forgiving someone, helping a stranger, listening with your heart. Each act is like a stone dropped in water, ripples spreading farther than you could ever imagine. Today, maybe you feel stuck. Maybe you feel tired, unnoticed, or unworthy. Maybe the world has told you that you're too late, too old, too broken to change. But let me tell you this, it is never too late to wake up. Because every morning, as long as you open your eyes, life is offering you a new chance to start over. Michael didn't become a millionaire. He didn't build a company. He didn't suddenly fix every mistake. But he became something greater, alive, awake, human. And because of that, he touched lives, not with money, but with presence. So I ask you today, what is the alarm ringing in your life? What are you ignoring, postponing, sleeping through? Is it the dream you left behind? The relationship you've neglected? The kindness you've been too afraid to give? Wake up. Wake up and change your life forever. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Today. Because life is not measured by how many days we sleep through, it's measured by how many times we wake up and truly live. So rise. Forgive. Love. Give. And when you do, you won't just change your life, you'll change the world around you. Sparkle's final note, heartfelt ending. And if Michael's story proves anything, it is this: even one ordinary person, deciding to wake up, can create extraordinary ripples of change. And maybe, just maybe, the next story of transformation will be yours.